How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the New Year deal sale that runs through February 4th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my daily coverage of every sale that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25K by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. $4.99, Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy is a colorful 3D platformer about two unlikely heroes who leave their quiet island home after a disastrous experiment changes their lives forever. You explore a seamless fantasy world filled with varied regions, collect power cells, and uncover the mystery of eco while platforming across cliffs, battling hostile creatures, and solving environmental challenges tied to ancient technology. With expressive characters, smooth movement, and a constant sense of discovery, the adventure blends lighthearted humor, charming banter, and playful character interactions with an unexpectedly ominous story lurking beneath its bright, adventurous surface. It's a 90 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4.89, Achilles Survivor is a fast-paced, survivor-like roguelike set in a mythological version of ancient Greece, where each run contributes to an ever-growing legend shaped by skill, adaptation, and deliberate long-term mastery. You battle relentless waves of enemies using evolving powers, construct tactical structures during combat, and constantly adjust your strategy as difficulty escalates through regions packed with elite foes and increasingly punishing bosses. With multiple playable heroes, meaningful permanent progression, and arenas inspired by Greek myth, the game rewards smart positioning, resource awareness, and thoughtful build experimentation over raw reflexes alone. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $4.19, Kingdom 80s is a standalone micro-strategy adventure that reimagines the Kingdom formula through an 80s-inspired coming-of-age story, blending neon nostalgia with resource management, tactical decision-making, and defensive planning. You recruit neighborhood kids, assign roles, and carefully expand your base using limited coins while balancing daytime preparation against the constant threat of nighttime greed attacks that punish overextension, poor planning, and careless resource management. With hidden upgrades, escalating survival scenarios, and a moody, synth-driven atmosphere, the game emphasizes restraint, foresight, and learning from failure rather than rapid expansion. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $189, Almost There is a brutally focused precision platformer built exclusively for players who crave mechanical mastery, demanding flawless execution, relentless focus, and unwavering patience from the very first intense second. You sprint through more than 150 compact stages filled with spikes, lasers, and collapsing floors that require perfect timing, fast reactions, and careful planning while mastering momentum, reading level layouts, and anticipating each obstacle. With no filler mechanics, no combat distractions, and an unforgiving checkpoint system, every failure teaches strategy, every near miss builds skill, and every success feels hard-earned, rewarding, and satisfying. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $149, Emily Wants to Play is a first-person survival horror game where a simple pizza delivery becomes a tense, nerve-wracking overnight ordeal inside a locked house that grows more hostile and unpredictable with every passing hour. You freely explore interconnected rooms while avoiding roaming dolls, the mysterious Emily, and other eerie phenomena, learning strict behavioral rules that stack, evolve, and become increasingly complex as new threats are introduced throughout the night. With no combat, minimal guidance, and escalating psychological pressure, survival depends entirely on observation, timing, and deduction as you learn how each entity behaves. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $4.99, Sticky Business is a cozy management game about running a small online sticker shop where creativity, personal expression, and charm matter more than efficiency or competition. You design custom stickers, mix colors and patterns, add sparkles or holographic effects, and pack customer orders while gradually learning about recurring customers through heartfelt stories, amusing interactions, and secret requests that reveal personalities, hobbies, and hidden quirks as your business grows. With relaxed pacing, gentle optimization, and satisfying production loops, the experience focuses on comfort, routine, and emotional connection rather than challenge. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $4.99, Before We Leave is a peaceful city-building game centered on rediscovering lost knowledge and carefully rebuilding a thriving civilization across interconnected islands, continents, and planets at a relaxed, self-directed pace. You manage resources, expand settlements, and trade goods between worlds, while carefully balancing happiness, pollution, and long-term sustainability, researching ancient technologies, establishing production chains, and exploring new territories and regions as your society grows. With a calm tone, hex-based expansion, and light strategic pressure, the game encourages thoughtful planning, curiosity, and experimentation rather than urgency or conflict. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Roguebook is a roguelike deck builder where you assemble a team of 2 heroes and fight through a magical book that reshapes itself, shifts layouts, and evolves in unpredictable ways every time you open it. You build your deck mid-run, combine hero abilities, and adapt to constantly shifting encounters using cards, relics, and gems that reward synergy, strategic planning, and long-term creative thinking for maximum effect. With its innovative ink-based map system, branching paths, and multiple difficulty layers, the game emphasizes strategic experimentation, mastery of interactions, and clever adaptation rather than relying on luck or blind repetition. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, and there's unfortunately a broken trophy making the platinum currently unobtainable. For $2.99, Mr. Driller Drill Land is a colorful action puzzle game set in a whimsical underground amusement park filled with quirky attractions, hidden secrets, and unexpected surprises that reward exploration and creativity. You dig through collapsing blocks across 5 themed attractions, each introducing unique rules, escalating hazards, and clever obstacles that test planning, speed, and precision under pressure, while encouraging quick thinking, adaptability, and resourcefulness. With updated visuals, HD cutscenes, and approachable difficulty options, the game balances arcade simplicity with surprising mechanical depth, replayability, and frantic competitive fun. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $4.99, Cthulhu Saves Christmas is a fast-paced, turn-based JRPG comedy where the Master of Insanity must save Santa Claus and regain his lost powers, blending absurd humor, quirky combat, and wacky holiday scenarios. Play as Cthulhu alongside the Snow Maiden, Baba Yaga-chan, and Belle Snickle as you battle the League of Christmas Evil, Krampus, and Mary Louise, while building relationships with friends and enemies in playful life sim segments full of surprises, challenges, and hilarious moments. Utilize multi-character abilities, insanify your enemies, and navigate tentacle-filled adventures across a holiday-themed world full of chaotic charm, unique villains, and strange creatures. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $3.99, Pool Nation is a realistic pool simulator designed to replicate the precision, pacing, and pressure of competitive play, while rewarding strategy, timing, and careful cue control during intense matches. You compete online or offline using customizable rule sets, while mastering realistic physics, shot angles, and table control, and refining bank shots, spin techniques, and positioning strategies to dominate every match and outthink opponents in high-pressure scenarios. With leagues, tournaments, and extensive challenge modes, it blends authentic simulation with flexible competitive options, social play, and replayable content that rewards skill, consistency, and thoughtful decision-making. It's an 83 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $1.99, Hotline Miami is a fast-paced, top-down action game set in a violent, surreal version of late 1980s Miami, drenched in neon, paranoia, and chaotic energy where every decision could mean life or death. You clear rooms using lethal gunplay, brutal melee combat, and environmental improvisation while piecing together a fractured narrative delivered through cryptic phone messages, hidden clues, and unsettling imagery that gradually reveals the city's dark underbelly. With instant restarts, pounding synth music, and unforgiving difficulty, it demands aggression, precision, and constant forward momentum while rewarding clever strategies, careful observation, and split-second decision-making. It's an 86 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Please Fix the Road is a lighthearted puzzle game about reconnecting broken paths in increasingly absurd, chaotic, and unpredictable scenarios that test creativity, patience, and problem-solving. You manipulate road segments, terrain pieces, and environmental elements to guide vehicles, animals, and other quirky travelers safely from start to finish, while overcoming lakes, obstacles, and terrain quirks that constantly force you to rethink your approach. With flexible solutions, playful humor, and steadily escalating logic challenges, experimentation is encouraged over perfect efficiency, while rewarding clever designs, inventive thinking, and iterative problem-solving. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2.49, Burly Men at Sea is a narrative adventure about 3 bearded fishermen who abandoned routine life in search of meaning, humor, and unexpected adventure, encountering strange creatures, mysterious strangers, and hidden treasures along the way. You guide the story through choices, exploration, and interactive storytelling, shaping a branching folktale inspired by Scandinavian myths, local legends, and oral storytelling traditions, while uncovering secrets, solving small puzzles, and influencing character relationships. With a whimsical art style, gentle humor, and multiple endings, it encourages relaxed play, replayable exploration, and imaginative engagement with the story. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Mediterranea Inferno is a narrative-driven visual novel about friendship, desire, and emotional collapse during a surreal summer retreat in southern Italy, where personal secrets, unspoken tensions, and complicated attractions unfold unpredictably. You choose daily activities that shape relationships and uncover fears, obsessions, and hidden motivations, while navigating flirtation, rivalry, and escalating interpersonal conflict that influence the trio's collective journey. With striking illustration, unsettling themes, and heavy mythological symbolism, it blends intimacy, psychological horror, and dark satire while encouraging exploration, reflection, and emotional engagement. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Poi is a colorful 3D platformer where two young explorers journey across playful worlds to uncover the mysteries of the Milky Way globe and earn the title of Master Explorer together. Players explore uncharted islands, tackle time-based challenges, and collect Milky Way stars while using fluid movement mechanics within vertical levels filled with secrets, shortcuts, and charming environmental design throughout the adventure. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $1.99, This War of Mine Final Cut is a survival game where you guide a group of civilians trying to endure daily life inside a besieged, war-torn city during a brutal conflict. Players manage a crumbling shelter, scavenge dangerous locations at night, and make morally difficult decisions while balancing hunger, illness, and safety against limited resources, emotional strain, and harsh consequences inspired by real conflicts. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $2.49, Leap of Fate is a fast-paced action game where players take on deadly cyberpunk arenas as one of 4 unique characters using Shadow Walk and magical powers. Players upgrade over 100 skills, battle pit fighters, cultists, and hidden turrets, and explore procedurally generated levels filled with traps, secrets, and cybernetic enemies, while learning the characters' dark stories through illustrated cinematics. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $2.59, Aspire, Ina's Tale is a mystical side-scrolling adventure where Ina awakens from a magical slumber and must explore the tower to uncover the truth behind her mysterious imprisonment. Players traverse sprawling chambers, solve intuitive puzzles, and use spirit-based powers while encountering enigmatic characters, platforming challenges, and hidden secrets that reveal the tower's mysteries and cleverly reshape reality. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $4.19, Danmaku Unlimited 3 is a high-octane bullet hell shooter where players become humanity's last defender against relentless waves of enemies. Players navigate intricate bullet patterns, face epic bosses, and experiment with 25 unique weapon combinations, while enjoying 2 gameplay modes, multiple difficulty levels, and the Spirit Graze system that rewards stylish risk-taking and precise movement. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $2.99, New Star GP is a retro arcade racing game where players manage their own motorsport team and compete on iconic circuits from the 1980s to the present day, striving to become a true champion. Players upgrade their car, choose race perks, and develop pit strategies while racing against CPU opponents, navigating challenging tracks, and adapting to changing weather conditions across multiple decades of competition. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $4.79, Boxed In is a fast-paced puzzle game where players must survive in a room filled with colorful cubes that constantly move toward them from all directions, testing reflexes and strategy. Players match cubes by color, push or add cubes, and adapt to increasingly challenging patterns, while using optional VR controls, exploring 36 variations of gameplay, and aiming for high scores on dedicated leaderboards. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $2.24, Time Loader is a story-driven puzzle platformer where players control a tiny robot traveling back to the 1990s to prevent a tragic accident and uncover the consequences of altering the past. Players explore the creator's house, solve brain-teasing puzzles, and acquire unique upgrades while navigating subverted perspectives, interacting with familiar objects in new ways, and influencing a dynamic, branching narrative. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $149, Super Mega Space Blaster Special Turbo is a fast-paced space shooter where players pilot ships through bullet hell challenges, unlock powerful upgrades, and climb competitive leaderboards. Players blast through 5 unique game modes, collect coins to unlock 15 space blasters, and experiment with local co-op or competitive multiplayer while enjoying varied ship abilities, power-ups, and an 80s-inspired soundtrack. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Kaiju Wars is a tactical strategy game where players act as the mayor of Flotio City, defending against unstoppable kaiju attacks while managing limited military resources. Players build sacrificial bases, deploy experimental weapons, and command upgradable ace units across missions worldwide, while navigating tactical puzzles, large-scale defense scenarios, and a narrative-driven campaign with choices. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $2.99, Metal Suits Counterattack is a side-scrolling run-and-gun action game where players control Kevin, a cyborg seeking bloody revenge against the alien Galita who destroyed his life and ship. Players utilize a variety of combat suits, explore 9 mysterious planets in the Helios system, and uncover hidden secrets while battling waves of enemies and mastering unique suit abilities. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $4.99, Outlast Bundle of Terror is a horror bundle including Outlast and Whistleblower, where players explore Mount Massive Asylum to uncover dark secrets and survive its deadly inhabitants. Players experience the asylum through journalist Miles Upshur and software engineer Wayland Park, facing terrifying enemies, unraveling the Murkoff Corporation's experiments, and confronting events before and after the original story. It's an 80 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For 99 cents, Xeodrifter is an action-adventure game where players control an interstellar drifter exploring alien worlds in search of secrets, rare artifacts, and ancient powers. Players blast through hazardous landscapes, solve environmental puzzles, and defeat powerful guardians, while uncovering the mysteries of a legendary supreme culture, discovering hidden upgrades, and unlocking new abilities along the way. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $4.99, Trifox is a colorful action-adventure where players control a talented fox on a mission to recover a stolen TV remote and defeat mysterious looters across vibrant, danger-filled environments. Players choose from 3 classes, Warrior, Mage, or Engineer, or mix abilities, unlocking 30 skills while battling enemies, solving puzzles, collecting coins, and navigating 4 perilous worlds toward a final showdown at Villain HQ. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Starward Rogue is a bullet hell twin-stick shooter where players pilot customizable mechs through the Megalith, a roguelite labyrinth lodged in the side of a star. Players blast through evolving roguelike catacombs, level up via a diverse perk system, choose from 9 mechs, and equip hundreds of weapons, consumables, and upgrades while facing mini-bosses, epic bosses, and secret challenges. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $4.79, One Piece Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition is an action-adventure spin-off that follows the Straw Hat Pirates through the Island of Promises storyline. You freely explore Transtown, take on exciting side quests from its residents, and battle enemies as Luffy, Zoro, and other crew members, while facing challenging bosses like Rob Lucci and Caesar Clown, with new characters Pato and Red Count designed by Eiichiro Oda. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $2.99, A Tale of Paper is a short, atmospheric puzzle platformer about Line, a paper figure on an emotional journey through a beautifully handcrafted world. You solve environmental puzzles, navigate platforming challenges, and transform Line using origami forms, carefully manipulating each shape to reach higher platforms, unlock clever solutions, and explore each beautifully designed stage at your own careful, thoughtful pace. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Mayhem Brawler is an urban fantasy beat-em-up that revives the 90s arcade vibe with comic book-style visuals, a kick-ass soundtrack, and fast-paced, combo-driven combat you can tackle solo or in co-op. Play as superpowered officers Dolphin, Star, and Trouble as you respond to a routine call that quickly spirals into chaotic mayhem, battling street gangs, werewolves, and the sinister forces of a vampire-led megacorp. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Alwa's Awakening is a challenging 8-bit adventure platformer where you explore a large interconnected world to help free the land of Alwa. You solve puzzles, fight enemies, and defeat bosses using your magic staff, while navigating vibrant pixel art environments, discovering hidden secrets, and mastering increasingly difficult areas filled with traps, surprises, and cleverly designed challenges in true Metroidvania style. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Namco Museum Archives Volume 2 is a retro 8-bit arcade collection that lets you play 11 classic Namco titles, including some never released in the West. You play classics like Galaga, Dig Dug 2, and Pac-Land with modern conveniences like save points, replay functions, and adjustable settings, allowing you to experiment with strategies, practice tricky sections, and fully experience the nostalgia of the originals. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $149, Valley is a first-person adventure set in a remote and mysterious region of the Rocky Mountains, where vast forests, ancient ruins, and expansive landscapes hide countless secrets waiting to be discovered. You run and jump using the Leaf Suit, manipulate life and death, and explore forests, ruins, and vast landscapes to uncover the valley's mysteries, explore hidden areas, and experience the full range of its secluded environments. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $199, Minute of Islands is a narrative puzzle platformer where you explore strange islands and dark labyrinths below, guiding young mechanic Mo through handcrafted environments to repair a world on the brink of collapse. You wield the Omni Switch to solve environmental puzzles, navigate platforming challenges, and uncover the secrets of the island's hidden machines, while restoring ancient devices across the archipelago. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4.99, Saturday Morning RPG is an episodic JRPG set in a world inspired by 1980s Saturday morning cartoons and pop culture, where high schooler Marty gains incredible powers and faces the notorious Commander Hood. You battle enemies in turn-based combat, explore diverse environments across Shadow Valley, and level up using items to strengthen Marty, overcome obstacles, and discover hidden secrets throughout the world. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $2.79, Another World 20th Anniversary Edition is a platform action-adventure where young scientist Lester is hurled through space and time after a nuclear experiment goes wrong and is forced to fight for survival on a dangerous alien world. You solve puzzles, avoid hazards, and explore alien environments, while switching between original and full HD graphics and choosing from multiple soundtrack options. It's an 81 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $2.99, BlazeRush is a fast-paced arcade racing game with no health, no leveling, and no breaks, where players compete across diverse tracks and planets, mastering speed, strategy, and timing to dominate every chaotic race. You race vehicles, navigate dynamic tracks, and use weapons to hinder rivals, while taking on local or online multiplayer, adapting to new obstacles, and unlocking medals for tricks and achievements. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $3.89, Strayed Lights is an atmospheric action-adventure set in a wordless, dreamlike world, where you play as a newborn flame struggling to free yourself from surrounding shadows and reclaim your inner light. You'll explore luminescent forests, misty canyons, and mysterious caves, facing emotionally deformed creatures in fluid combat where shifting your colors is key to repelling attacks, pacifying enemies, and unlocking vivid finishers. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, about 10 hours to platinum. For $2.99, Kingdom New Lands is a strategy adventure game where rulers explore distant islands, manage resources, and build new kingdoms while facing environmental dangers, rival creatures, and ancient mysteries hidden across the new lands. You gather items, interact with NPCs, and use mysterious statues to expand and defend your kingdom, while recruiting subjects and overcoming challenges to ensure your kingdom thrives. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $4.49, Cathedral is an action-adventure game where a nameless protagonist wakes in a mysterious world full of secrets, hidden rooms, and dungeons, teaming up with the spirit Soul to face the demigod Ardor. You explore massive handcrafted areas, overcome challenging bosses, and collect upgrades while discovering hidden paths, solving environmental challenges, and experiencing the full breadth of this pixelated world. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $179, A Juggler's Tale is a puzzle platformer where you guide Abby, a marionette, through a grim yet enchanting medieval fairy tale world as she flees captivity in search of hard-earned freedom. You'll navigate environments shaped by her puppet strings, solving traversal challenges, slipping past bandits and deadly traps, and pushing through war-torn villages where danger and desperation hang heavy in the air. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $149, Beat Cop is a narrative-driven adventure where you play a framed detective in 1980s New York, investigating crimes, uncovering conspiracies, and deciding how to handle the city's shady residents. You interrogate suspects, complete day-to-day police tasks, and explore the streets while making choices that affect multiple endings, managing your reputation, and experiencing the humor, danger, and unexpected events of life on the beat. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.